Well, some certainly very significant news over the weekend with the resignation of Peter Costello, the chairman of Nine. Over the weekend, obviously there were some last minute board meetings. It's surprising it took so long to reach that conclusion, because as soon as I saw the film footage from the Canberra airport where, in my opinion, he sort of shoulder charged a reporter, resulting in the reporter falling backwards and then kind of smirking and not even going to the aid of the journalist to try and help him back up. As soon as I saw that footage, I just knew it was game over in terms of a board director career, and it would be untenable to stay on as the chair of the Nine group, which is obviously, in the business of media, journalism, and so on. I'm aware that there is a sort of unwritten protocol that journalists don't typically harass people at the Canberra airport, and that's probably what got his goat up. But the reality is that a lot of very pertinent questions needed to be asked about what was going on at Nine. This whole sexual harassment sort of issue has been festering for some time. And it sort of leads to the main point of my discussion this morning, which is really, as a board director, whether you're in the public eye like Peter Costello was, whether you're in the public eye or not, you are on display 24/7 in terms of the values, the actions that you betray, and you just can't afford to, let your guard down. So obviously, most directors at this senior level have had some form of media training. There was so many different options that Peter could have taken in the airport. Mr. Costello could have taken in the airport that day. He could have said, the matter's under investigation. The board is reviewing the matter. I'll come back to you with some further points. The marketing team will be in touch. There could have been a range of ways that he could have deflected those, initial questions, or handled those questions in a much better, more professional way. And of course, there's just no room for bad behaviour, whether it be you are abusive to someone, whether you, in this case, maybe even assault someone. You really cannot afford to do this. In the modern days of social media, everything's on camera, literally in a public setting like an airport. So I think it's a very, very sad situation for all the parties, because, Peter Costello was regarded by many as one of our greatest treasurers. He's been seen as a leader, but, certainly the last years at the helm of Nine have been very challenging. And there were a number of comments made in media in the last couple of weeks leading up to this incident, where there was a lot of criticism of the board and the chair's action or lack of inaction that has occurred. And so maybe there was a lot of sensitivities around it. But really there's no excuse. And at the end of the day, I think the right decision's now been made, albeit it was quite slowly made. But the decision's been made, and I think, the Nine board will have to really work hard to restore some trust and confidence in the shareholder and business community following an incident of this nature. But I think it's a timely warning for all board directors, whether you are not necessarily in the limelight, maybe you're even on the board of a small not-for-profit, a small private enterprise. You are on display 24/7, and you should always be, walking the talk. You should always be displaying good values in the community and with the people you interact with. That is your responsibility as a board director, to be transparent, accountable, and demonstrating those good corporate values that are so important to garner the trust that we have in the community when you're serving in very, very senior leadership positions.